Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto nerds of all ages. Guess what? You're a day late and Algo short because this is yesterday's Algorand news. I am, of course, the real Monty Allen, and I am your crypto nerd. If you're on Twitter, hit hashtag algonews. I might find you out in the wild and put you in the news. Thank you for scouting for us and getting all the Algorand news you possibly can. So let's see what's up today. So let's start first up with this Algorand Draper blockchain accelerator. And there's also borderless capital included in here. I'm not sure why borderless didn't get like top billing on there. Maybe just because Draper's not involved as often. But borderless capital and Draper both involved here. And so this is kind of a cool thing because Draper's got some name recognition, right? So we like that name recognition. It's not a whole lot of money, quite frankly, coming into the process, but it is interesting that he is, an early adopter. He invested in something called I think it's like a Lemon Cash. It's an early wallet. Actually, it predates my time, I believe, because I hadn't used this wallet. But in any case, it's nice to have some name recognition in there. And thanks, quick shout out to Algo Batman, who is fearlessly always on the case, and hit hashtag Algo News on there so we could find it. This particular accelerator is targeted towards Asia, Europe, Latin America, it looks like. And I like their usage of the 4 S's. Usually we talk about the trilemma. This time we've got scale, speed, security, and sustainability. And I like that they added that sustainability on there. So it's not just the trilemma, scale, speed, and security, but we have that green crypto hashtag that is very important to us as well. So we're talking about $20,000, I think, funded for the team, plus $15,000 from Borderless Capital for a 3% equity in their business. They're obviously hoping that the business takes off and is successful, and there is more funding on the back end for projects that have a strong showing and have some legs, I guess. It's a 10-week program, starts in September. It's not an ongoing or an annual event or anything at this point, so it's just a one-time 10-week transaction, or I don't know, course or event. Event's probably the right word. But we'll see what happens out of here. You never know. We get some interesting projects that come out of here. I was talking to some folks the other day about a social media a project that is evolving out of one of these. I know that Yieldly's been involved in some of these. I like that these accelerators are ongoing, and it produces excitement. It produces, collaboration. It gives a time frame, so there's a crunch there and a lot of urgency. And I like that we're doing this. You never know what's going to come out of it. So, anyway, there's the Draper news for you. All right. So what's up next? So let's talk about this video from Arrington. So this video from Arrington was phenomenal. In fact, so Steve was great, but Mike was equally as insightful. And I like these two. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be an interview, like just purely one-sided, but Arrington's input was equally valuable. They're both listed as speakers, so maybe it was just a conversation between the two, and Arrington just happened to be the same guy that kicked it off, a couple years in a row. But I liked that Arrington... he dripped something out there. I'm not sure if everyone caught it. He said, hey, I don't know if I'm letting the cat out of the bag. I might be paraphrasing there, but he mentioned he was speaking to somebody called Shift Markets. I went and looked up Shift Markets. I couldn't find a whole lot of detail. It looks like some kind of a white label exchange type of a service, so I don't know what's planned there, but I thought it was interesting. Steve actually, so he got put on the spotlight about CBDCs, didn't he? So if you go watch this video, go check it out. And Mike really puts him on the spot about CBDCs. And he tries to, come at it from a couple of different angles, says, okay, so we're for sure going to, hear that news this year. And, Steve says, oh yeah, there's definitely going to be, there's going to be news this year. And so Michael says, so you're already in conversation, right? And Steve catches himself, and he tries not to fall into the trap of confirming information that clearly he's not allowed to confirm. But by doing so, he basically confirmed it. And this isn't really earth-shattering news. It's just more cookie crumbs, that we have to follow the trail with. So we're like straight up Hansel and Gretel in this, this whole Algorand, experience, aren't we? We're just following the breadcrumbs. down the path, and hopefully they don't get eaten up or gobbled up too quickly, so we can just keep following them and keep following down the path. And man, I hope there's a gingerbread house and there's no wicked witch in it by the time we get there. All right. So he mentioned that. There's one other thing he mentioned. Somebody called Moss. And I'm not sure what project that is, but I'm going to see if I can track that down. So ALGO got mentioned, Tiny Man, Opulus. So all of those other projects are on deck. I'll put the link to this interview in the comment section down below. But the shift markets, the CBDC news, those were the highlights for me. But you should go check it out. Watch it on 125% speed. So speaking of Arrington, so Michael Arrington's doing this. Ninos, the next day, a couple hours later, is meeting with the ALGO official crew. So we got Alex and John over there meeting with Ninos over there at looks like some fancy restaurant in Miami. They went down to Miami. So there's no official response or announcement or funding or anything. No investments announced yet, but clearly they're meeting, and they didn't mind posting on social media that they had a meeting. So nice to meet them. All right, some NFT news here. So Dart Room is going live. It looks like on Friday. Is that the first? I don't know if that's. I think they were supposed to go live August 1st. No, they were trying to go live July 1st actually. So they're late, but better late than never, right? All right. So if you haven't followed Dart Room, if you're not into NFTs, you should really go check them out. Go give them a follow. They don't have a ton of followers yet, but I like the NFT movement. I've been talking to All In Quinn. He also goes by Ghostbuster something. I forget. All In Quinn. I forgot your other tagline. Something about Ghostbusters. Anyway. Hey, get me that info on Algo Bros. He's doing some research for me on the Algo Bros because I was interested in their NFT stuff. Anyway, so go check out Dart Room right now. So they're releasing coming up on Friday. Right now, when you go to their site, you can just sign up. But plug in your information. Stay tuned. Stay tied into that community. The NFTs on Algorand are going to make waves. The cost friction is negligible. It's inexpensive for artists to use the Algorand blockchain to post their NFTs. The system is easy. There are several galleries now that have popped up. The transactions, the ability to purchase and trade and just interact with the community is very valuable for them. And we want to be a welcoming community for these artists so that they can have some traction and get some recognition. So in this case, we've got art by @IZZZIKIM. All right, so go check out Easy Kim. All right, so what's up next? Oh, the teaser. That's right, Amazon and Algorand. No, Algorand and Amazon is not a thing. So how did this happen? So listen. The BitBoy, rumor, and I'm holding up, air quotes here because I don't know, man. The BitBoy just invents stuff sometimes, I think, and he's got such a huge following. He bought $100,000 worth of Algorand the day before he released news that pumped the price 10%. So did he just have an Algorand YouTube video that made him 10 grand more because Amp pumped as well? like I don't know, is that a self-fulfilling prophecy that he dropped some, how is that legal? I don't know. I mean, he clearly stated that I don't have any proof of this is just what I heard in a second hand, and he was very clear to cover his ass, but come on, it just seemed too good to be true right from the get-go. I mean, I was happy the price went up and then we got some coverage, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of pump and dumps. And this, had the feel of a little bit of a, 10, 12% pump and dump. Not coordinated that way, but it's just not the way it should be, I don't think. Anyway, Irish Crypto Joe said it best. And go give Irish Crypto Joe a follow. I think dude's only got 68 or 69 followers right now, but he puts this tweet out which just summed it up for me. He said, "Hey, I don't see any corroborating evidence between Amazon and Algo rumors, and I personally don't think it's true. However, it's pretty clear that Algo is one of the best placed cryptocurrencies to facilitate a global business process payment securely, cheaply, and efficiently. Well said, Irish Crypto Joe. So the actual job posting that BitBoy was referencing, I put the link in the description for you. So it's a real job posting. It's out there. Obviously, that there's the link for it. And what's it say? So number one, it's looking for someone to spearhead this division or this project, and they want them to really kind of develop Amazon's digital currency and blockchain strategy and product roadmap. Well, if they already had the product and the roadmap designed, to come up by the end of the year, let's face it, folks. This is July, the end of July. They wouldn't be hiring the project manager just now. So their responsibilities are to own the vision and to figure out the roadmap. Now, I can't imagine somebody would want to be hired with, 10 years of experience, an MBA, all these qualifications that we see here, if they didn't get to put their stamp on there. They didn't get to create a little bit of their own, vision and have their own, input. So they're not just hiring a placeholder to execute their vision. They're hiring somebody to have some valuable experience and to have some input in there. And that person is probably going to take some time to come up with that strategy. Amazon, and I know, Amazon, they might appear to the outsider like they move quickly, but I guarantee you there's a lot of processes in place and a lot of testing has to go in place before they release something like that just wholesale across the board. That would be a drastic change for them, and they don't want to screw it up. So I would be shocked if they didn't come out with something, by Q4 of next year, maybe end of summer, maybe Q3 of next year. I would say, okay, give this person a year, at least 6 months to execute on their vision or their plan, to come up with something and test it and figure out what's going on. So let's go back to Irish Crypto Joe would say, I don't see any corroborating evidence between Amazon and Algo right now. I personally don't think it's true, but however, also, listen, if it were going to happen, Algorand would be in the running because it is one of the best placed cryptocurrencies to facilitate a global business process payment securely, cheaply, and efficiently. There you have it. Pay attention. I think there's the accelerator, talk today. Yieldly's going to be on there. I'll be paying attention to that. Seb's going to be, he's going to have some great hair. Everybody's always talking about Seb's hair. Yieldly is going to make some moves. I'm going to do a whole video on how Yieldly, I think, is going to, I don't usually talk price, but Yieldly, I'm very bullish on Yieldly. Maybe I'll come up with 10 reasons why I've invested in Yieldly. So it's not just about price. All right. Thank you all. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.